Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where we talk about skincare, grooming and sometimes hair, so that sounds like a thing. Make sure you are subscribed. Also, come and follow me on Instagram where I post a lot of stuff you're not going to see here on YouTube. Today we're going to discuss some more skincare related mistakes. So I'm always inspired by my own mistakes, basically. Things I used to think, things I used to do, stances I used to take on skincare. And then I kind of team that with what I now know about the skincare realm, the skincare world. And hopefully by me sharing my mistakes, you might learn something too. So the first thing that I feel like a lot of us do, I still do this, is overthinking your layering of products. We all know how to layer skincare, don't we? So you start with your cleansers and then you kind of go toners, essences, serums, eye creams, moisturizers, sunscreen. And layering is essential for a great skincare routine, right? Not so much. In fact, there is no real evidence to back up skincare layering. So evidence that says you must do it in this order, otherwise your products aren't going to work. In fact, there are quite a few reasons why you might want to purposely change the layering order of your skincare routine. So one thing I love to do, you may have noticed in my skincare routines, is that I like to apply toner pretty much after every step in my skincare routine. A toner that's more of like a water rather than a toner, and I used to do it with just the water in a can. But this is because products are supposed to penetrate better onto damp skin. So every layer, all the way up to my moisturizer, I keep damp. So after every layer, all the way up to my moisturizer, I'll apply a toner so that my skin is damp, so that my moisturizer can be applied to damp skin. This is also going to help your moisturizer moisturize better and help lock in that hydration. Applying actives after your moisturizer, for example, is a great way to introduce actives without any irritation or make them less irritating. I do this with retinol still to this day. I've been using like a 1% retinol for like a year now, but I still do it after a moisturizer. It just feels better. It feels nicer on my skin. So where does the idea of having an exact layering method to your skincare routine come from? Why do we layer lightest to thickest? Well, I think there could be a few different reasons. One, user experience. Layering your skincare from lightest to thickest just feels nicer on the skin and it allows products to layer and sit on the skin more elegantly. Two, it's possibly about hydration. If you think about it, all our lighter products are usually the hydrating products. Toners, essences, a fair few serums. So they're going to have all that hydrating ingredients that we want to stay in the skin. So your thicker products are usually humectants, emollients. So ingredients that help keep that hydration inside. So it's probably like a good idea to still layer your skincare in a particular order. But if you forget, I don't know, if you accidentally forget your toner and you've already applied your serums, just go ahead and apply your toner. It's not a huge deal. A big one that I feel like a lot of us do is mistaking irritation for purging. I get asked a lot about the difference between skin purging and skin irritation, and thankfully for us, anyone who knows what they're talking about online has made a post about this. As always, I will link a lot of the experts that I love and follow in the description box down below. So I've mentioned purging before, but I've not really talked about it recently. What purging is basically like a sudden outbreak of spots when you start using a new product, in particular a product with an active ingredient that speeds up cell turnover. So exfoliants, chemical exfoliants are a perfect example of when you are likely to see a purge. And to put it very simply, because of that sped up cell turnover, spots are just kind of like coming up to the surface quicker than they would have done before. So while the product isn't causing breakouts, it's speeding up those breakouts. The truth is, purging isn't actually that common. It's not something that everyone should get. Like, you shouldn't expect it to happen. And it's also not very well documented. Like, there's not a lot of research done on it. I believe the only research done on purging is with retinoids. So a lot of people will find that they're actually continuing to use a product that's causing irritation, thinking it's a purge. So how do we know the difference? As I mentioned, a purge will happen when you use a new product with actives in. You'll get little spots where you usually break out anyway. When it comes to irritation, it'll be red, it'll be itchy. A purge really shouldn't feel any different to a normal breakout, but remember, it can take up to 2 months before that purge stops. Irritation, you'll know it's irritation because it'll be red, it'll be bumpy. It won't be just like you breaking out normally. I experienced this a lot with Paula's Choice, not irritation, a purge, with the Paula's Choice BHA 2%. It took me about 2 weeks to get over the purge and it was so worth it. So if you do know you are purging, let it happen. Continue to wait it out. Another mistake. This is going to get a little bit like, ooh. And that is listening to experts' opinions. Now, how is listening to skincare experts or people who work in the industry, how is that a mistake? It's not, but there's a way to do it. One thing I get a lot of in the comments especially when I share a lot of the experts I truly trust and love reading their content, is that I get a lot of comments saying that, well, that's not true because this person says this, or this person says this is true. And they very much focus on the words of one expert and take that as gospel. This isn't how you do research. Anyone who's ever had to write a dissertation or a thesis and has had to credit people or reference people, you literally get marked on your references, would know that good research comes from researching from a lot of different sources, not just one person. For example, in my photography dissertation, if I referenced one person throughout the whole dissertation, that's not good research, that's not good referencing. There is a surge of everyone from cosmetic chemists, dermatologists, estheticians, doctors, all coming online, all sharing their knowledge on every single social platform you can think of for free, which I'm pretty sure we all really, really appreciate. However, as with all industries, there are some who are more reliable than others. There are some who are less biased than others. There are some who don't let their own opinions get in the way. There are others who do let their own opinions get in the way, personal opinions. Some more recently are spreading a lot of misinformation in order to sell you products. So it's important we don't take just one person's word as gospel. And this is why you have to follow a wide variety of experts. Not just one group of dermatologists, not just one group of estheticians. Follow dermatologists, estheticians, chemists, people who work for the FDA, it's just a whole group of people. Look at both sides of the conversation, and then it's up to you to work out who you believe, basically. I always like to think that the people I mention on this channel and the people I link to, the experts, the real experts within the industry, are non-biased. They always leave their personal opinions out of evidence, and a lot of them agree with each other, saying that, as I mentioned, I follow a wide range of people who don't always agree about the same topic. It's then up to me to decide who I agree with, basically, judging on what they presented to us. I highly, highly recommend you follow Jen from the Eco Well. Not only does she have amazing guests on her podcast, again, with varying opinions, she does these amazing live panels on YouTube as well, again, with people from the industry, the skincare industry, with varying opinions. There is a great science community on Instagram as well, who, again, I'll link all their @, their Instagram handles in the description box, and they always collaborate to bust myths, to let us know the truths, the lies, the facts, the opinions. So yes, I highly, highly, highly recommend you do that. Another mistake that I think we all make, which doesn't really count for me because I am one, but is shopping like an influencer. One comment I get all the time, and a lot of these are based off comments that I get all the time, but I always get asked, why do I spend so much money on skincare? How do I manage to try all of this skincare? Comments like, no one could possibly test all this skincare, etc., etc. It's not normal to do that. And you're right, it's not normal to do that. The thing is, it's my job as an influencer. Like, I pretty much technically get paid to test a serum for 2 months behind the scenes. It's my job to literally test brands after brand. And when I find a product that I love, it's my job to say that I love it, then move on to the next thing. Even if I love it and it works perfectly for my skin, it's literally my job to review skincare, and hundreds of thousands of other YouTubers online when it comes to makeup, skincare, whatever. But this isn't how we should be using skincare. If you find something you love, stick with it. Stick with it. If it's working for you, stick with it. You'll find that most skincare complaints comes from overuse of the same ingredients, overuse of products, chopping and changing between products. All things that regular everyday people do not have to worry about. I do get that for a lot of us, skincare is a hobby and we love trying the next new thing. So, of course, do whatever the fuck you want. Do what you want. It's your skin, it's your life. Do what you want. If you have the money to spend on skincare, absolutely go for it. But we really don't have to have it all. I've seen a lot of comments of people saying that I'm a product pusher because all I do is review skincare because yes, again, it's my job. I talk about skincare, but I don't talk about skincare in hopes that you all rush out and buy everything I talk about. My kind of goal is to review skincare so you don't have to go out and buy it. I hope that my reviews give you a rough idea of what you might like and what you might not like, what might work for you and what maybe doesn't work for you. But I do feel like a lot of brands are responsible for our urge to go out and buy everything because they've always got the next new amazing ingredient, and this is a must-have if you have this skin, and this ingredient's going to change your skin forever and all that kind of stuff. But this is the thing, if you find something you love, just use it, stick with it, and always experiment. But if your experimentation goes wrong, it's fine, just go back to what you know and what your skin loves. My channel would be boring if I repeated the same 4 products all the time. That's life. I saw this amazing video by a lady called Charlotte Holdcroft here on YouTube. I'll link it in the description box down below. But she's got a video called Stop Shopping Like a YouTuber. She hit so many amazing points in this video. She's mainly talking about makeup, but just swap the word makeup for skincare, and it's all the same thing. I highly recommend you watch it. But there we have it. Those are some skincare mistakes I feel like a lot of us make recently. It's not just what you put on your skin and that you're doing it wrong, but more about our approach to skincare especially as well. I feel like this year has really been a turning point for a lot of us skincare enthusiasts and even YouTubers as well, of how we approach skincare, how we read skincare, how we review skincare. So I'm looking forward to, next year and seeing, what the next kind of trend is. Let me know any skincare mistakes that you made recently down below. I feel like every week there's a new thing we need to be looking out for, but yet every week I'm still making mistakes. Let me know yours in the comments down below just for funsies. But that is it from me now. I will see you next time.